Hello everyone, this is your test review for Test 2, Sociology of Religion. Please keep in mind there are 50 multiple choice questions, some true and false questions, and some matching questions as well. The test has already been written. It's being deployed. I'll have notes. Please check your syllabus to make sure when the test and the test review are going to be launched. The test review should be launched by the time you get up tomorrow morning on the 29th. It is now Monday night, the 28th. And so I'm going to go over some of the points which you will need to keep in mind as you move forward and prepare for your test. Okay, a few questions deal with the relationship between religion and politics. So I'm not going to get particular here. You've been delving into the material. Some of the modules have no assignments, so you can do a more thoroughgoing reading of the material. But you're going to need to know, the detailed relationship between religion, the social institution of religion, and other what we call institutional spheres, politics and the economy. So we have quite a few questions from Johnson and from the Pew Trust website on religious life that you should be able to draw on. Again, I'm in the process of finishing grading. There are also questions, a few questions, multiple choice questions, on the relationship between the institutional spheres, religion and the economy. Religion and taxation, which religion, what's the statement, which statement, you have to pick among statements about which religious groups and taxation is a true statement. And then how religious groups are involved in the economy. And some of the functions of religious groups. Sometimes religious groups form economic enclaves, as in the case of Christian businesses. There are directories, yellow pages of businesses, so that if you choose to, you can do business exclusively with Christian businesses. Know a little bit about the history, and Johnston goes into this, when he talks about the relationship, a little bit about the history of religion and the economy, about the work of Max Weber and the Puritans. Okay, and religion can also be an independent variable, and as well as a dependent variable. It's both a social institution that is acted upon, but can act on all sorts of things. So religious groups can have an effect on the economy as well as the other way around. There's a further analysis of social class and religion, and particularly the question of denominationalism. Okay? And know that, too, that Marx and Weber discuss how religion serves differential social functions for different social classes. Weber says it's a kind of a class divider. Marx says it serves a function for the ruling class. They have different points of view, but they both acknowledge that religion serves some function for different social classes. That's something to take into consideration, okay? And then know something a little bit about the effects of the church-sect divide, okay? The church-sect divide, and it's how it's delineated for social class. Okay. All right. Read a little bit about the history of religious traditions and gender in the United States. Okay. Questions. There are a few questions about the relationship. The history of religion, and you're going to have to get into some of the pre and post constitutional law, pre and post founding of the United States. Okay, so Christianity, and then there are questions about Christianity and race, Christianity and slavery, the emergence of the African American church as a separate and distinct social institution. And so you're going to keep all of these in mind as you move through, okay? And then we talk about, there are a number of questions that address differences in respondents, in terms of race. The lower the social class position of white respondents, the difference they're going to respond to survey questions, okay? All of these are a taste of what is going to be on your test. If you read the materials from modules 10 through 15 and you've worked a little bit with the Pew material, you should have no problem. Now, a lot of people are impatient about their grades. I'm working on grading things now. You should have a clear roadmap if you check what I sent you in terms of the modules. Everything is in place now. All modules are going to have to be completed by the end of the week. I'm working now to ensure that all your grades are current and will be current by tomorrow. I have to go and make a couple of more editorial revisions on the test. The test will be a multiple choice test. And I've noticed as I'm reading it a couple of things I need to correct so that you don't have a dud test. But let's see now. I'm going to tell you when the test will be available. It's going to be okay. Okay, great. Right, I can't find the file. Here we go. No. Okay. Here we go. I'm sorry about this. I'm kind of doing this and it's getting later. Just FYI. Your let's see here. Test 1 will go online at 11:55 p.m. May 4th through 11:55 May 7th. Okay. And you'll need to see I'll have some online instructions for this. Okay. But for now. That's where we are at this point. Let me get into this, post this video, make a couple of last minute corrections on the test. I noticed some editorial issues and that I need to correct so that you won't be confused, and you should have no problem. You're going to have 160 minutes to take the test. Right? The test has been set to 160 minutes. You may use your textbook to take the test, both textbooks, and you may open up the Pew Trust website and look at that if you find that helpful. But it's an open book test, so you should have no problem in taking this test and it going pretty smoothly for you. Okay.